What is going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Hope everyone's doing well. Last night we were supposed to get to the part of our security token offering situation or our scenario here where we were distributing rewards or dividends to all the token holders. We didn't get that far because we were just trying to buy the STO tokens in round 2 and all that stuff. So tonight we're going to just get right into the dividends and rewards. It's an important aspect of the whole overall STO platform that Ravencoin has created. So let's get to it right after this. All right, so in Ravencoin speak, dividends and rewards are basically the same thing. The network sees them as identical. So anytime you hear in Ravencoin, if you're talking about Ravencoin and you talk about dividends and rewards, it's the same thing. In our example here, let me bring up the presentation here. So I'm just gonna blast right through this real quick. We've gone through it quite a few times. STO is basically a securities laws compliant ICO. And entities, we've got all this lined up. We've got a graphic that shows them. That's this right here. All this stuff is done. If you want to know how we got to this point, you have to watch the previous videos. But what we're going to talk about tonight is dividends and rewards. So our example, we have Shuby. He was an angel investor and he bought 100 RPM, or RedPandaMining security token offering tokens, for 1,000 Raven. That was like an initial investment from the very first person after the STO launched, is what our example is showing here. And if you multiply that out by the current value of Raven, I think it's still actually 0.023 cents each. He used 1,000 Raven to buy 100 RPM, so he spent USD value of $23. So that puts RedPandaMining STO token at about 23 cents USD each. So hopefully these numbers are making sense here. Then so if you take the 23 cents per STO available, or per RedPandaMining token available, which is total 10,000, then multiply that out, that basically gives the RPM token, or the whole RPM STO, a valuation of about $2,300 USD. I'm talking USD here. So later in round 2 of the STO, for 100 RPM minimum, we were charging 10,000 Raven. So at 0.023 cents each, 10,000, that's about $230 USD. So $230 for 100 RedPandaMining STO tokens. So Shuby's $23 is now technically 230, and he did a 10x pretty quick, right? So what does that put the valuation at? If it's, would that be 23,000? Yeah, 23,000 would be the current valuation if that did go through and people were paying $230 for 100 RPM tokens. So now let's say that RedPandaMining profits $3,000 USD in a quarter through ad revenue, apparel sales, hardware sales, selling broken Radeon 7 GPUs, whatever. Okay, so he made $3,000, that's $1,000 a month, and now we need to actually distribute those rewards to the token holders evenly, right? And obviously you could do this on paper, you could fire up a spreadsheet or something and do that, but the blockchain, or the project itself, the code allows for this to take place on the blockchain, on the Ravencoin network, fairly easily. So that's what we're gonna actually look at. So let me get out of here. Let me check the chat, see what's going on over here. What's up, Charlie Don't Surf? Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate it. you might be like the only person that is in here right now. I don't know if Bendover is still over here, but yeah, people just do not like this in-depth content, but I'm going to keep going with it because I like it, and I hope you guys get something out of it, because if you're into Ravencoin at all, you really need to know this stuff. It's the inner workings of the platform, so I think it's important. All right, let's check. Oh, that's not what I meant to hit. Maybe it didn't. I think I just launched iTunes, but anyway. Hey, what's up, Chris from New Mexico? All right, so this is RedPandaMining's wallet, his Ravencoin wallet. And I think what I wanted to do, actually, let's go ahead and we're gonna buy, you can see how there's some transactions in here where we bought we paid 10,000 for the 100 RPM tokens here. You can see that from each of the wallets, each of the 4 investors. Let's go ahead and, I mean, I guess it's okay. Well, I wanted to change like the total number of STO tokens that each person has, because right now we just did 100 per person. And so if you go to their assets, you're going to see like this is Shuby's wallet, this is Crypto Windio's wallet, so you're going to see 100 in each one. I guess that's okay, because but I was going to change the number, you know, like make one of them buy a couple of more, you know, and whatever, but I guess it doesn't really matter. We can leave it like this. All right, so you can see how this is Shuby's, this is Crypto Windio's, this I believe is FreakSen's wallet, and then this is Dan the Dane's wallet. So they each have 100. And if you go to the main wallet here for Red Panda, you can see how the RPM security STO, this is the STO, it starts with a $, only has 9,600 left. We started with 10,000, so it only has, you know, 9,600 left because we distributed those to the people who bought them, which were these 4 investors, right? So that's why they each have 100. That would, if you add all that up, that comes up to 10,000, which would be our total amount. So now let's say that RedPandaMining, he makes $3,000 in a quarter. He wants to distribute the dividends and rewards each quarter, and in the past quarter he made 3,000. So that's 1,000 a month. You know, is kind of the way to look at it. And we need to distribute. Now that's, well, let's look at it as though it's, no, actually, let's see. Yeah, it would have to be profit. So we're looking at that's how much he made in profit. So now we need to distribute that profit evenly between all of the RPM STO token holders, right? So that's one of the reasons that they wanted to invest in this company, is so that they could get these quarterly rewards. If there was any profit to distribute, then they could do it, you know, or they would receive that profit. So what RedPandaMining would have to do initially, now a lot of this stuff would be, if you had a real platform like this, a lot of this stuff is going to be automated. We're doing it very manual, right? Some of the stuff would be automated, may even be like scripted and done automatically for you. Just basically, you know, just launch a program or have a script running that actually does it for you. Although there was, you know, there would be some initial setup, but in our case, we're just doing it super manual, right? This is the hard way. But it helps in understanding what happens in the background, right? Whenever we're going through this. So you can see here I've earned, this is a testnet wallet, guys. This is not a real Raven wallet. I wish that this was real Raven, but it's not. So let's say that he earned $3,000. So what he would have to do is he would have to transfer that 3,000 USD, or Canadian for him. I don't know how much that is Canadian. We could do the conversion there, but for the exchange, I don't know what that would be. But anyway, we'll just deal in USD. So he earned 3,000 USD. Now, in order to get that distributed to the token holders, he's got to turn it into something that he can distribute to them, and in this case it's going to be Raven. All right, so he's got to go and buy or transfer that USD into Raven, and then get that Raven into his wallet. Now we have plenty of Raven here to pay it. So what we would do in this case is we would find out how much Raven is currently, or $3,000 USD, how much does that equate to in Raven? So if we go out to we'll go out to CoinMarketCap, for example, and we'll go to Raven. We'll see how much they are saying it's valued at right now. So 0, I'll just copy this whole thing here. So then we will multiply that times 3,000. No. We need to take 3,000 and divide it by that number. Yeah. Sorry, my math is a little weird whenever I'm live streaming. I can't think things through the right way. Let's see here. So we have $3,000 profit divided by that's the value of Raven currently. Whoops. All right, is this making sense? So we're going to multiply or divide it by this to find out how many Raven that is. So it is 125. We'll just copy this whole thing. Does that go out 8? Let's see, we'll go right here. So that's the number of Raven that we need to distribute evenly among, or not evenly, it's going to distribute it based on how many tokens that person holds, right? So it's going to be an even distribution. It won't, if you hold more than 100, then you'll get more, right? It's a percentage of whatever the total is the way that it works. That's why I wanted to kind of change the numbers from 100, because everybody's going to get the same thing. So it would be nice if they got something different. But that's okay. We'll deal with it like this. So we are saying that, just going to paste this in here so that we have it. 125,860 Raven is what we need to distribute. So what you have to do in the wallet in order to make this happen is there's basically two steps. The first step is you have to take a snapshot, because you need to know at a certain block height what each holder has at that block height. So you have to choose a block height that is in the future, right, to take the snapshot. You can't do a snapshot on a previous block. So you have to determine, okay, you know that there's 60-second blocks, so if you multiply that out, you can determine roundabout when that block is going to hit. So let's say that you pay your dividends on the 1st and you want to take the first block after midnight on the 1st, then you could calculate that out by dividing and you know, the minutes and multiplying out and all that stuff, doing the math to figure out how long, you know, what block height it will be at a certain time, or again, it's going to vary, but you know, you can get a roundabout number there. Now on testnet, it's a little bit difficult because this thing goes like up and down all the time, it seems like. But I did do a snapshot earlier because there's some time there. Like if we try to do it now and then we got the snapshot to occur, then there's some time for validation and stuff like that before you can actually distribute the rewards. I think there's a way of making it a shorter amount of time, but I didn't want to waste a lot of time on that part of it, just waiting on transactions to get done and stuff. So I went ahead and did a snapshot. And the way you do the snapshot, this is the good stuff here, guys. So this is like in the weeds. So in the wallet, you would go to help and then debug. And then right here, you would type in request, and it'll finish it for you. Request snapshot. And then if you don't know what syntax or what the commands are, you can just press enter right here and it'll bring up the help, basically. for it, so you can kind of go through here and figure out what you're supposed to do. So if you copy that syntax right there, then you know what it's supposed to look like. So what we want a snapshot of is we want a snapshot of the token holder of the RPM security token holders, right? So the RPM STO, that $sign RPM, that's what we're looking for, because that is our STO. So we need to know who is holding that STO. So the asset name is going to be RPM. Actually, $sign RPM, because that's the STO. And then for our block height earlier, the one that I did earlier was 210,800, so 210800. But if we were going to do this again now, we would come down here. You can find out what block you're on pretty easily by putting your mouse over the check mark if you're fully synced. Then you can see that we're on 211112, so we could do something like 211. See, I forgot that number already. 211112, so we could do 114. 211114, right? Press enter, and it says request status added, right? So that's a good sign, because that means that everything that you've entered is correct. It's not an error. Let me show you what happens if you put in like an old block number. See, invalid block height. Block height should be greater than current active chain height. Okay, so you can't do a snapshot on a previous block. It has to be in the future. So now we could wait on 211114 to come up. It is already on 113. Maybe we'll research that, or we'll come back to that in a little bit. But like I said, I already have a snapshot from block 210800, and I believe it writes that. It probably writes that to the transaction. It writes it to some log or some way that it stores that information, because I think you can reference it in this wallet as long as you want to. I think. I don't know exactly how that works, how it stores that information. But anyway, once you get the snapshot, once that block that you designate here has passed, I think you have to wait one block after. I don't know what the minimum is, but I think I have my Raven.conf file set to only require one block after. I can show you what I'm talking about here. If you bring up Explorer, Windows Explorer, and go %app data %\Raven. If I use a %sign, it would work. So there's a Raven.conf file in here that this is like the configuration of how your wallet starts up and stuff. If you put min reward height equals 1, then I believe that will make it to where you can actually distribute the rewards after one block after the snapshot. Does that make sense? I think there's another minimum. It's probably way up there, maybe even like 60. I don't know what the minimum is, but yeah. So if you add this to your Raven.conf file, your configuration file, it will help with our little situation here that we're trying to get done quicker than normally, right? Normally, I guess you could probably just wait on it. All right, so in order to distribute that Raven, how much was it? It was 125,000. I'm gonna copy this. I think you have to do full numbers. I don't know if you. Let's find out. See if we get an error whenever we try to do this. So now we need to distribute those Raven to those token holders that we took the snapshot right here. Actually, we'll use the earlier one, the one that I did earlier. But the way that you distribute is you go type in distribute, and see it'll finish it for you. So just click on that. If you want to know what the commands are, you just press enter and it'll tell you the help, right? And what's cool, I noticed here, you can do a dry run to see what would happen. I don't know how you can get that data. If you'd like to do it, what it would look like. Oh, so it's going to give you a result probably in here, in this console. But anyway, so in order to, someone named put fat stacks in the help. Okay, so in order to distribute, you would say distribute reward. What is the asset name that you took the snapshot of, which is RPM. Let me, actually, I'll zoom up on that after I get done. So that's the asset name. Let me scroll up here so I can get the actual text. So you got the snapshot height here, so you have to put the block height. And in our example, you know, the one I did earlier was 210800. That's the last snapshot that is already confirmed and stuff. And then you would go what you want to distribute, what token you want to distribute, which in this case is Raven. And remember, this number here would have increased. Like, this is just, you got to look at this for what it is. I created this wallet. I did some mining, you know, on the testnet for it, and that's why it has Raven in here. But in the real world, if he didn't have Raven, then he would have went and bought it off of an exchange or bought it over the counter in USD and then transferred it to this wallet so that we could distribute it. In our case here, though, we already have it, so it's kind of convenient. But in the real world, he would have to turn that $3,000 USD profit into Raven and get it into this wallet so that we can distribute it. So distribute reward, RPM, the block height, what the coin you want to distribute, then the amount. And the amount was 125,860. Now I don't know if it's going to let us use the to the right of the decimal point. So let's find out. So we're going to press enter. Okay, it did. So you can use that. I wonder how far you can go. So you can use the decimal point. You don't have to use whole numbers. That would make perfect sense, but for some reason I was thinking that it wasn't going to let us. But all right, so now created reward distribution. So now what we should be able to do is we should be able to go to each person's wallet. I don't know how long it'll take, probably not that long. We get out of there, let's go to transactions. You can see right here where it's distributing the Raven based on, and remember, it's not that we it's based on the number of tokens that you hold, right? The number of RPM security tokens that you hold. So that's why you see it's a small amount, right? Because it's based on how many you hold. All right, so I think that makes sense. Now let's find out. Let's see what let's go to the wallets and see if they have received anything yet. So this is Shuby's wallet. So if we go to Ravencoin, remember it's going to be paid out in Ravencoin. That's what we transferred. So yeah, it was only, seems like it would be more than that. Why would it only be, because it looks like it was on, let's go to the next one. And we'll make a note of, so it's 4,010.99. We'll do a refresh. Yeah, so it's only that 1.5. Did I mess something up? Because it seems like it would be more than that. I did it again. I clicked. I need to move that shortcut down there. I keep clicking on iTunes. All right, let's see here. And I want to say it would be, wouldn't it be a lot more than that? wonder if, let's try this. Let's try it again here. I'm going to take this comma out. $4,012. Yeah, I gotta let it hit the chain here. Gotta confirm at least one, I think, before it'll show up. There's still a question mark there. Let me check the chat while we're waiting on that. What's up, Nefarious? What's up, man? Bend over. What operating system are you using? I have a feeling that, yeah, and you can see it right here actually, now that I'm looking at it. So you guys saw that the first time I entered that command, I had a comma in it because I copied that value from, where was it? From the calculator, right? So it ignored everything after the comma. So once I took that comma out, you can see look at the difference in the values. I was like, man, that doesn't sound right. It's only 1.2 Raven. But see, now it's actually sending 1,258 Raven to each person. Now, if they were to have, let's say that one person had 200, then it would be twice that, right? For that specific person. And that's why I wanted to change the values. But I think this makes sense. I mean, it should make sense anyway. Even though the numbers are the same, but just imagine if they weren't, you know, you would get your equal, you would get your distribution based on the number of tokens you hold. But yeah, this is really cool stuff to see this. So that is, in a nutshell, that's dividends and rewards on the Ravencoin network to an STO. Now, you don't have to use an STO to distribute dividends and rewards. You can do it with just a regular asset as well. Like if you wanted to distribute rewards to, actually we don't have any other assets in here, but if we did, I mean, like here we've got RPM. So let's see, let's send, let me go and get Crypto Wendy O's wallet address here. I'll send her some RPM here. Let's do 100. Okay, so now in her wallet, we will eventually have, yeah, see it already ended up there, 100 RPM tokens. So let's see if we can distribute a reward to just a regular asset. No, I'm not mining Ravencoin right now. I don't think any GPUs are, or very few. All right, so let's go and see if we can. So we're going to change the STO name to just the asset itself. we'll just distribute 10,000 Raven to the holders of RPM. Let's see if that works. Okay, so no, it does not work because we didn't take a snapshot of RPM holders. So we would have to take another snapshot and let everything get confirmed, and some time pass before we could do that. But it looks like you could do it, and that was my question. So there is, that's dividends and rewards. I don't know, anybody got any questions or anything? Let's go over here and see if RedPanda or Ravencoin is up and running. Looks like he's premiering. Okay, cool. Got the Radeon 7 in there. All right, so let's go head over to the premiere from Ravencoin, and I will see you guys over there. Thanks so much for watching. Don't know what tomorrow's content will be on. Probably more of this, but there's some other features that we need to cover, like messaging and voting and stuff like that. This was dividends and rewards. I'm glad we got it done in half an hour. That was pretty easy. So yeah, we'll try to knock out messaging or voting, or maybe both, tomorrow, once I learn how to do it, because I don't know how to do it right now. So I'll see you guys over at Ravencoin. Stay savage, everybody.